All right, so today's our FlawFinder.ai update for November 22nd of 2025. We're building, and this update is about the technical architecture. So FlawFinder.ai is an app that helps defense attorneys find answers that are in government documents. These government documents can be difficult to obtain sometimes. Remember, sometimes their clients are waiting in jail, and the purpose of the app is to speed up that process by giving them access immediately by just logging into the app. And number two, to query documents that are very large and very difficult and tedious to get through. Usually an attorney would open up a set of PDFs, they'd have 1,200 pages, then it's basically like table of contents. Okay, I think I'm going to section 16 that's located on page 700. And you're just reading through, trying to take notes and trying to assemble like what your argument's gonna be based on the procedures that you're reading in the PDF. It takes a lot of time, and what would be very helpful, which is what we're building, is not only have access to the documents so you don't have to deal with government agencies to source the documents, but to be able to search them and query them very quickly and get the answers that you want. So on the left side is the engine. So imagine these are engines that is gonna search keywords. So a lot of attorney searches are gonna be about DUI, or they're gonna be about, use of force. Did this police department arrest my client in a way that's, too forceful? And so if they type in a very broad query, like what's the DUI traffic stop procedure, the OpenAI web app that we've built is the engine that's gonna catch keywords, right? And so what we realized when we first built version 1 was that keyword searching is great for things that are automatically referencing the word in the text, right? DUI stop, section 13, it's gonna pull that sentence, it's gonna show it, the attorney's happy. But like with anything in law, there are things that are contextually referred to in the document. So for example, page 13 might say, the DUI stop is also going to need certain things with, testing of the subject, right? And testing might be referenced in section 17. So if you're going through as an attorney and you're seeing that basically section 13 is where DUI stuff is located, but it does not mention specifically that anything related to DUI is also found in section 17, the keyword search is limited and it doesn't catch that nuance that says you should also check section 17, which talks about the testing procedure, right? The breathalyzer. And so we thought, okay, we need context. So we need something that's gonna read the entire document and read context. And that's where Gemini's web app comes in. And so we decided to build this engine because this will get the entire holistic document and figure out what is keyword related, right? DUI stop, and what is contextually referenced in other areas that may not have that keyword. And so when we built the Gemini web app, we saw that it was pretty poor at getting keywords. So this is keyword and fast, pinpoint accuracy. And this is contextual, holistic, more thorough answer, right? So this is, hey, I wanna find the keyword matches. And this is, hey, I want a solution to my problem, which is a query, right? And so the best answer is gonna come from merging them. And so what we're developing today, which is showing to be some technically difficult stuff, is the merging of both of these answers in a post-processor engine. What does that mean? I'm gonna take the answer from here, I'm gonna take the answer from here, I'm gonna process it with some special sauce in this post-processor, and then I'm gonna clean and merge these answers with citations and a confidence score that's gonna give this to a summary for the attorney to have a cleaner, more processed, more refined answer. I'm probably gonna add 5 or 6 seconds to each search, but if you understand attorneys and they're charging $400 or $500 an hour, if this takes another 5, 6, 8, 10 seconds, but it gives them a much cleaner, better, more usable answer, the result net is a plus and it's a positive. So we're looking at integrating this and this into the post-processor, cleaning it up, refining it, and getting a better output for the attorney. That's the engineering that I'm gonna have to work on this next week. I just started this in the last probably 6 or 7 hours because I realized this was good, but not sufficient. And this is good, but overly broad. And so now it's about marrying these two in this post-processor and coming up with some great output. This is the technical architecture that I'm working on currently. I'll tell you right now, the blessing that we got was Gemini 3.0 came out like 2 days ago, and it has been very good to use. Using ChatGPT 5.1 and the OpenAI API has been good, but Gemini 3.0 has really solved some really good technical things that were very difficult to get through. Personally, when we started, the MVP was going to be this. It's kind of basic. We still might launch with just this because we've nailed this pretty good. I'd say about 90-95% good. This is great work for context, but really the best solution that we're going to launch probably in the next month or two is going to be this post-processor engine. And I guess the conversation that I'm in right now is this good enough for the MVP? It probably is, but I want to swap out that engine quickly, and then I want to merge it with this so that we get a better refined result. And that's something that's probably going to take 2, 3, 4 weeks to do. Hopefully by the end of 2025, I'll be able to introduce this in version 2. But for right now, for beta testing, this should be good enough for the MVP over here. And it probably won't monetize, but it'll at least get us some customers that are interested in doing a free trial and maybe, staying with us as we migrate into, bringing Gemini into the conversation and then providing them with a cleaner answer. So that's the technical update for this week. A few things are great. We got this working about 99, 95%, 98%. The citations are good. The big problem here is that with Gemini web app, the citations are hallucinating. So we get a great summary, but then when you link out to the citations that prove that summary, it's hallucinating. And that's just a Gemini Google thing. We have to figure out if the docs allow for us to refine that or if that's just done, right? It's just the limitations of this app. And if that's the case, then we're going to have to figure out if we can blend these two answers and get something cleaned up over here. And if not, then we're going to have to kind of sideline this engine, which is the Gemini web app, because the citations are a big part of this program. And then we're just going to have to go off of keyword for right now until Gemini gets a little bit better. So these are some of the things that we're working on. I wanted to document them, go through the process, and more than anything, share the build in public process that we're doing as we get closer and closer to this web app. We're testing this week. Hopefully by December 1st, we'll get this into attorneys' hands so they can start beta testing it and give us some feedback. We'll catch you on the next one.